I found this very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. What the UIC president had to say. The title is Mark Golding and Andrew Holness are both guilty. And this is his perspective on the FinSac report. And this is why I would love for the FinSac report to be released, because then we can simply get all of the facts, right? Because I'm about truth, right? What Mr. Joseph Patterson is claiming, I cannot co-sign, but this is his words. You get me? I say, let's listen to what he has to say, real quick. Let's get it.
I feel compelled to comment on.
Oh, I remember. Please like and share the video coming in, guys. Please like and share the video coming in. Thank you kindly.
What we're seeing with the Prime Minister and the response from the opposition leader. Don't be fooled by the righteous indignation of Mark Golding as he attacks Andrew Holness on a very, very important matter. It's not the first time that we're seeing either side being caught in serious corruption or alleged corruption. I want you to remember that there are two sides of the same coin. Always able to call out each other when they're in opposition. But when elected, they will do absolutely nothing at all to fix the problem of corruption in Jamaica. They will not stamp it out. They will simply attack each other on it. But at the end of the day, they will cover for each other as well. They will only go so far, but they will never bring down the empire of corruption that they have both built in this country. With the full backing and support of the PSOJ oligarchs who benefit from corruption in this country. Andrew Holness may or may not be guilty of all that he has been accused. It's clear he's guilty of some. He's guilty of false declaration. That's a given. He's guilty of using charitable funds for personal purposes. That's a given. There is clearly question marks around the many transactions that took place during a very serious time in Jamaica's history. We were in the midst of what they call a pandemic, and we were being harassed by the government, left, right, and center, being locked down and deprived and attacked by our own government. But at the same time, the Prime Minister was busy doing a whole plethora of transactions. The real question, though, behind those transactions is the source of the funds. And that's really what would bring the rubber to meet the road. But that aside, while Andrew Holness may or may not be guilty of what he's accused, we are certain, very, very certain, that Andrew Holness and Mark Golding are guilty of covering up crimes against the Jamaican people. If Mark Golding and Andrew Holness were serious about stamping out the crime of corruption in Jamaica, they would come clean about FinSac and tell the Jamaican people how the PNP and the JLP scammed them of billions of dollars, destroyed hundreds of families, wiped out thousands of small businesses, and caused some people to even commit suicide. They're allowing years and years to pass so that we can gradually forget and never get to the truth as to what was done to the Jamaican people under the PJ Patterson and Omar Davis administration, which had the involvement of Mark Golding, Peter Bunting, and other members of the PNP circle who may or may not have been elected at the time. You don't have to be elected to be deeply involved in political corruption. And while Mark Golden may not have been elected or even appointed, it is clear that he was very close to the seat of power and involved with the workings of the PNP at a time when they were orchestrating the biggest transfer of wealth from the poor and middle class to a select few and foreign powers. So if Andrew Holness and Mark Golden really mean the Jamaican people well, they would come clean about FinSAC, lay it all on the table, get the report out, and tell us how the Jamaican people were ripped off by their own government, destroyed by their own government. And we are to this very day experiencing the pain caused by the banking crisis created by the PNP government of the 90s, and the pain of a totally destructive arrangement called FinSAC that followed subsequently. If Mark Golding and Andrew Holness mean the Jamaican people well, they will stand up and aggressively fight the way Mark is fighting now to get rid of Andrew, and the way Andrew fought recently to undermine Mark and get rid of him because of his British ties. Let's see that same energy being put into properly educating the Jamaican people about what was done to them during the Patterson, Omar Davis years, when together with the entire PNP machinery and fully supported behind the scene by JLP members benefiting from the same, they orchestrated a massive scam, a massive corruption scheme that wiped out the purchasing power and the wealth of hundreds and thousands of Jamaicans and their businesses. The truth is, Andrew Holness and the JLP has lost any ounce of moral authority or credibility they may have had to be the government of Jamaica. But Mark Golden and the PNP are absolutely no better. Both of them must pack their bags and go. You have both failed the Jamaican people miserably, and no amount of political trickery should save you from the reality that you have lost any right to serve in the government of Jamaica. So Mark, while you're busy pursuing Andrew Holness at this time, and Andrew Holness, while you were busy pursuing Mark prior, we know the game now. We know there's other things set. We're going to use our fighting to divide and distract us. But at the end of the day, you will both, when elected, continue to allow yourselves and those connected to you to continue to rip us off and extract our wealth from us. The time has come for the Jamaican people to rise up. Understand what is being done to you. Understand how for more than 80 years, these two colonial parties, together with the backing of the PSOJ oligarchs that funds them, that gives them the money to go and buy votes at election time, that gives them the money to silence opposing voices, independent voices like the UIC, and to uplift and present to the people two fake controlled oppositions to keep us locked in the vicious cycle of voting one in or voting one out, like a merry-go-round that never ends, but keeping the people of Jamaica oppressed and suppressed,
Hey, Sassy.
economically marginalized. All of you who are running up and down in your green shirts and your orange shirts, it's time for you to come to your senses now. Stop allowing yourself to be used as pawns in a system that enriches a few at your very expense. It doesn't matter if you get a few corrupt dollars falling your way. The general problem of the destruction of your country continues unabated. Yes, they may give you a little bit of handouts here or there, a contract here or there, but your roads are still bad. The crime level is still high, and opportunities to live a quality life in your own country continues to diminish. It's time for us to turn our backs on the PNP and the JLP and the PSOJ oligarchs that fund them, and unite in the United Independence Congress of Jamaica, UIC, for one Jamaica, because we're stronger together.
Hey. Whew. Man, that was heavy. Shout out to Sassy81 in the building. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I am not privy to or understand the financial, I'm not qualified to speak on FinSac. But you could see it in Mr. Patterson's eyes that he was very, very passionate about what he was just saying a while ago. He was very serious. I'm just talking about his body language. All right, I read body language. You could tell he was not playing around at all. At all. Now, whatever is in the darkness is going to come to the light. I will say this. I am going to advocate for the FinSac report to be released immediately. Whoever it implicates, it implicates. Whether that be Mark Golden allegedly or anything like that. Listen, personally, I want the truth. The truth is all I want. All right? I'm sick of all the political games. All right? The alleged political games. I just want the truth. Okay? That's all I want. So, hey, I'm not saying what Mr. Patterson is saying is factual. I'm just saying I want the truth. So, this is his call for the FinSac report to be released. And I've been calling for the FinSac report to be released. And I did a video reacting to Dr. Andre Houghton. And yeah, he's saying release the FinSac report. His position on it in regards to the PMP is way different than Mr. Patterson. But at the same time, hey, I'm just saying, release the report. Let's see what it is, man. Let's see what it is. Because Mr. Patterson is somebody that has experience in the Ministry of Finance overseas. Like he knows that. He knows numbers. He knows it. Right? It's a part of his resume. He's qualified to speak on these things. All right? Like I said, I can't co-sign what he's saying from that perspective. I don't know. Because that type of accusation, shoot. I mean, damn, that's deep. Mark Golding was a younger man. Hey, I don't know. And I can't speak for him. All I know is that the Pastor Peter Chambers said he's clean. You know what I'm saying? He's not into no dirtiness. He's actually clean. And his heart is in the right place. So, you know what I'm saying? Hey, that's where that's kind of what I personally lean towards. I don't know if Mr. Peter Chambers has met Mr. Patterson. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he has met him. But yeah, I encourage you guys to go check him out, man. You know what I'm saying? I always told y'all, man, go and read the manifesto. Go and read their manifesto. Boom, right there. Go and read it in its entirety. Principles, all that, all the points. Right? It's what? 31. 31 of them. Go and read them yourself. All right? Yeah. That's what I would say. Go and read it yourself. If you're one of those persons, ladies and gentlemen, that hold the same disposition as the UIC, and you don't trust none of these two governments that has been in power for all these years together, I mean, I can't be mad at you. I'm just saying you got a choice. I'm saying you got an option. You got some independent candidates out here, and you got the UIC. So why not educate yourself? And if what they're talking about you want for this country, well, let your vote be heard. Y'all go out there and go vote. If you have not put yourself together yet to be able to vote, I don't know what to tell you, because today's the 30th. So, hey, it is what it is. But let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man, about what Mr. Joseph Patterson, the leader of the UIC, had to say. All right, that's my time. I'm up out of here. Peace and blessings. Yeah.